Okay, this is video number 2 over the basics of using Google Docs for your word processing needs. So we've covered how to create a doc and how to format the text in a doc and inserting images, and the fact that one very nice feature of Google Docs is that it saves automatically. You don't have to actually save it. It's going to save it automatically to your Google Drive. Another feature that separates Google Docs from other word processors like Microsoft Word is its ability to share a doc with anyone, collaborate on the same doc with someone up here. So the sharing feature is really nice, and I'm going to show you that now. So when you have a Google Doc that you've created and you want to send that doc to someone else, to a peer or whatnot, you will just click on this blue share button. And that's going to open up the shared features. So if you're just going to share it with like one colleague or one student, you would just type in their email address here. I'm just going to share it with my other account. If you wanted, and so they'll get an email when you send this to them, letting them know that they have access to this document. It will also show up in their Google Drive under Shared with Me. It'll show up right here. So that's how they can find it. But they'll also receive an email, and if you want to attach a note to that email, just letting them know what the document is, you could just type whatever message you want to be sent with that email here in this box. And then when you hit send, it's going to send it to them. Now what you need to be aware of is there are 3 different features when it comes to sharing a document, or there's 3 options that you have. And that's what this drop-down menu is. So before you share something, make sure you have the right mode of sharing that you want. So the options are they can edit the document, they can comment on the document, or they can view the document. So the way I think about these is if you say someone can edit a document, that means they can make any change to it that they want. It would be like if you had a physical piece of paper that the document was printed out on, they could take a marker to it and change whatever they want. And that includes deleting it. So if you're giving someone editing rights, make sure that this is someone you trust and that you're both on the same page about what this document's purpose is, because they can change anything that you've done to it, and they can delete the whole thing. So that's the edit option. The comment option would be that you're allowing them to see the document. They can't change the text itself in the document, but there is a commenting feature in Google Docs where they could make a comment on various parts of your doc, and those would show up over here to the side. So it's not actually affecting the actual document itself, but it allows them to offer feedback. So this would be good for like peer editing if you're having your students write an essay and then share it with a classmate, and then that classmate can offer suggestions through the comment feature. So if when you share it, you select can comment, that's all the person's going to be able to do is add comments, not actually alter the text of the document. And then the final option is can view. So if you just want someone to be able to see the document but not actually make any edits to it at all, you would send it to them as a can view document. So they can view the document, they can print it, but they can't actually change your original document. So depending on the purpose behind sharing a Google Doc with someone else, you would want to make sure that you have set your sharing mode in the correct way. If you're just sharing with one person or a small group of people, I mean, you can add more names here to this list. The default is going to be can edit, but you can obviously change it with this drop-down menu. Now, if you're going to share a Google Doc with a large group of people, it would be tedious to have to type in all of their email addresses here. So Google Docs has made an easier way to do that by getting a shareable link. Remember, all these docs are web-based, so there is, as you can see up here, a web address for all of these docs. So, for instance, if you're going to share a doc, you've made a worksheet in Google Docs and you want to share that with all of your students, and you have a lot of students, you're not going to want to enter all their email addresses. Instead, you'll want to give them a link to that document. So if you click on Get Shareable Link, it's going to default to sharing anyone in your email network, but that can be easily changed. If you just click on this drop down here and go to more, here's all the different features that you have when it comes to sharing with a link. It can be like these: anyone in your company or whatever your Google account is connected to. The one I always really go to, however, is this anyone with the link. So if you select this, anyone that has a link that they're going to provide you in a moment can get to this doc. Again, if you're trying to share this with a large group of people, you would want to just select that and then share that link with the people that you want to have access to this doc, and they'd be able to get it that way. You'll notice the access down here defaults to can view. So Google's made it so it knows that if you're using a link, that means you're probably sharing it with a lot of people, and you probably don't want them to be able to change it. This isn't some kind of small group collaboration where you'll all be editing things if you're using a link, most likely. But like the other way, you can also change can view to can edit or can comment. So if you do want people to be able to comment or edit with the link that you're going to provide them, you can change that. So once the settings are where you want it, you would hit save, and then it provides you with this link. So you could copy and paste that link somewhere, or share that link on your teacher website, or whatever the case may be, if you want large groups of people to be able to view this particular document. So again, if it's just a couple of people, you can enter their email address. Make sure you select how you want to share that with them. A large group of people, you'd want to get the shareable link, so you don't have to enter all of those email addresses. So that's how collaboration with Google Docs, I believe, is a little bit better than most other word processing softwares. It's because you can share docs very quickly, very easily, collaborate with peers and whatnot. The last thing I want to show you is perhaps you've been using Microsoft Word, like so many of us have, for a very long time, and you have all of these Word documents, and now you're moving into using Google Docs instead. Google Docs has made it very easy to convert older Microsoft Word documents into Google Docs with really just the click of a button. So I'm going to go over to an older Google Drive of mine that I have this substitute teacher form that you can see is a Microsoft Word document. That's what the W stands for. The docs you can see is a blue square, so this would be a Google Doc. This would be a Microsoft Word document. Now if I wanted, let's say I wanted to share this with my colleagues and I wanted to share it in the easy way that Google Docs has provided, I first need to convert this Microsoft Word document into a Google Doc, which can be done very easily. I'm just going to select this document. I'm going to right click on it and say Open With and Google Docs. So again, I just right clicked on this Microsoft Word that is currently saved in my Google Drive. So I've clicked on it, right click, and then Open With and Google Docs. And what this will do is this will convert that Microsoft Word document into a Google Doc. It takes a couple of seconds here, but then very quickly this is now a Google Doc. See, this is the Google Docs symbol. Sometimes formatting might be a little off when it converts it, but that can be easily changed, but this looks pretty good to me. Again, I can change the title if I want up here, make any changes to it like normal, share, just like a Google Doc. This is now a Google Doc. So if I go back to my Google Drive, you can see this, it didn't delete my old Microsoft Word document, it's still there. But now I have the exact same thing in a Google Doc. So converting some of your, maybe older worksheets or older files that you use Microsoft Word for, converting those into Google Docs is pretty simple.